Okay, welcome to vlog number 6 on the Nangee model tugboat build, and this one is on the final dry run of the install of the Kort and drive system. Okay, so my Kort nozzle all sprayed up. I sprayed it up with some Galv paint that I had kicking around. Not sure what colour it should be, but it seemed to come out alright. We'll go for a dry fit onto the boat itself. You can see my bracket is all in. There's my drive tube coming out, a rudder tube there, and we'll flip him over and get him installed. So let's line him up there so you can see. So what you do get is quite nice on these drive tubes from the manufacturer, Mobile Marine models, is this end of the drive shaft unscrews. If you try and put the Kort in here, you can see it won't actually go. So the end of this unscrews. It allows you to slide in your Kort nozzle, and then you can screw on the end of the shaft there. So I'll do it that way, show you that way. That all screws up, and then you can put actual drive and propeller through. Just going to shim out at the top to give this its space. So we'll leave him set like that, and then we've got the little arm here that will go onto the drive shaft for the Kort nozzle. Goes over there, and it goes in there, and there's a little grub screw here to tighten up. That's him tightened up. Obviously you want to align it so that straight on is straight up there. Probably needs the height adjusting a little bit as well, actually. So we'll just tweak him a bit. Yeah, so there we go. So that's all in nice now. Drive shaft is through there, so you can screw on our nut. I'm still going to lock these up with a nut. I have done at the other end as well on the propeller side. Screw him on. So you see on there, it's my coupling put on onto my drive, and then finally my motor will go in. And there's a little grub screw here that tightens, puts the drive onto the motor. So that's that one on, and then finally my motor can be screwed in. Pardon me whilst I'm in the way. And then he will, different Allen key to nip him up. And he's all nipped up. And there you have him, one drive shaft installed with the Kort nozzle installed. Spins nicely. yeah, all fairly well complete. The other thing that I do have that I haven't installed yet on here, there's another bulkhead that the drive shaft is supposed to go through. It goes in over here and sits in, so I've got that to install. I have had to cut this down considerably as well. I'll just put this out of the way and get the drawings. So let's see. I've been cutting the beams as well to go across, which is another story. So let's see if we can get this up for you somehow. Let's use a convenient boat deck, and we can hold him hopefully. This is my template for this stern tube bulkhead. So this is what the pattern that they actually give you, and you can see what I've had to do to it to get it to fit into my version of the Nangee. The holders come down in the middle. I've cut off a good 12mm. Been cut off the bottom of that in order to get this fit because of the positioning of the drive shaft coming through. So yeah, I've got this, but I don't think it will do an awful lot, to be honest with you. But it's on the plans, so I'll fit it. And then there's a small little plate to go over this part here, to go over, put the actual drive shaft in position. And then that will be that section completed, and I will be ready to start to look to fit the actual decks. So back on there, and if we just get the rear deck, you can see that he is going to slide all the way over, so he's ready to go in position. I've got the beam. Where did I put the beam? There he is. So I've got the beam to go here on this one, and they sit underneath. Just got to finalise the sizing of him and grind out where the fiberglass is to put him in position. Yeah, and that's pretty much how far we've got. So I guess to get all of this far with the motor all mounted, drive shaft all through, I've still got some cleaning up work to do in here on the fiberglass and everything. There's been around about 8 hours work over the 5 days, just trial and error, cutting things out. Guess if you knew what you were doing or you'd done one of these before, you'd be straight into it, and I think you would do it much quicker than that. But Muggins here, not really knowing what he's doing, it's taken me quite a while. So yeah, the install's gone quite well. I'm quite happy with it. That brings this video to a close. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you found it useful, and I'll see you again in the next vlog, which will be number 7, which will hopefully start seeing some of the decks being installed.